All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, Wahara Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well, and peace and blessings to the elect. This is another edition of GMS News and Prophecy. Now I have an article here from elephantjournal.com, and it's headlined, "The Meaning of February's Rare Black Moon. It only happens once every 19 years." So now, as you can see, we're once again going into the signs of the heavens and what they mean in prophecy. All right. So I'm gonna get right into it. All right, I'm not gonna speak too much extra. All right. So it says, during each month, we usually experience a new moon and a full moon, and some people believe both have a significant impact on us emotionally, spiritually, and even physically. Right? And that's true, because the scripture talks about how the Lord uses the moon as a declaration of times. You know, the great light and the lesser light. Which the great light would be the sun, and the lesser light would be the moon. All right. So it says the new moon in February has already taken place, which that happened last week. Thursday evening was the new moon, and brought in the Sabbath for this month. All right. So we could keep the Sabbath, for the next 4 weeks, going into the first month of the year. All right, going into March. All right. So it says, however, there will be no full moon in February due to lunar cycle lengths, which really has to do with Esau changing times and laws. You know, he's added days to these months because a typical month goes according to the moon cycle, all right, or the lunar cycle, which is around 29 and a half days, okay? But Esau has added 30 here and 31 there, and has taken days away from February. You know, February only has 28 days, all right? So that can mess with the time and when the cycle of the moon actually happens, because it's really the month of, well, I would say this, the month of February does not, or should I say, will not have a full moon according to this, but this month that we're in will have a full moon. That's something that the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Awashai has set up, and it's not going to change. And I'm gonna get those scriptures. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and get those scriptures. All right, let's go to the book of Second Esdras. Not Second Esdras, Slakia. Let's go to Genesis, the first chapter, real quick. All right, Genesis 1 and 14. All right, it says, and the power said, "Let there be light in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night." All right, so it says, "Let there be lights." All right, multiple lights, more than one light, to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. So you have the sun, which rules over the day. All right, and we have the moon, which rules over the night. All right, which the moon is a lesser light than the sun, because it doesn't illuminate everything, but it does illuminate so you can see. So it's a sign. So signs of what the Lord is going to do, or omens or prophecies that are going to take place. The moon actually indicates that, and so does the sun. That's why all these eclipses have been happening recently. All right, so verse 15 says, "And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And the Most High made two, or I should say the powers, all right, the powers made two great lights, or the powers are the angels, because the Most High Yahweh gave Yahweh Shai and the angels in the beginning the blueprint and the means to create everything as we know it in the heavens and in the earth. All right. So it says, and the powers made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, which is the sun, and the lesser light to rule the night, which is the moon. He made the stars also. All right. So this is what we're dealing with here. All right, which is the lesser light. So now we can go from there to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 43, and I'll start at verse 6. It says, he made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of time. So to declare the time that we are in, that's what the moon does. Okay, it lets us know what's getting ready to happen. Okay, prophecy. It says, and a sign of the world. All right, Salakia. So you know, they're coming up with this black moon. Okay, you know, which I mean, regardless, it is a sign, it's an omen for these times here. Okay. So it says, from the moon is the sign of feast. All right, which we're getting ready to go into Passover in about a week. All right. It says, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name, so really the month should go according to the new moon, which would indicate a new month. All right. I mean, Esau, like I said, he changed his times and laws, so there is going to be a discrepancy on when certain changing of the moons do occur. So understand that. All right. Which the word weeks actually goes back to the word change. Okay. So in her weeks, she increases. She goes from a dark moon, which is a new moon, and she increases to a full moon, and then decreases back into a new moon to indicate a new month. All right. It says, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. All right. So the moon is giving us a sign now. All right. Another sign. Okay. So back in the article, it says the new moon in February has already taken place. However, there will be no full moon in February due to lunar cycle lengths. All right, which, like I said, is actually 29 and a half days, which works out evenly for a full year throughout 12 months. All right. It says there were 2 full moons in January, and there will be 2 in March, resulting in a blue moon in both of those months. So this, once again, though, is another sign. Okay. All right. But you know, hey, this is the Lord Yahweh Bashan Washai letting us know he's getting ready to kick things off in the spirit, man. Okay. It says this means that as we approach the end of this month and find ourselves looking out for the moon in its full glowing glory, we will instead be looking up at what is known as a black moon. Although the moon will still be visible and high in the sky, it will not be fully illuminated at all during the month of February, and this is believed by some to hold great significance in our spiritual lives. Well, if I can say this in the spirit, it's because the Lord is giving us signs in the heavens, man, constantly. All right. When you read Joel, the 2nd chapter, and Acts, the 2nd chapter, all right, which reiterates what Joel had said in the prophecy, he talks about how there should be signs in the heavens, man. Okay. And that the Lord is going to pour out his spirit upon all flesh, especially amongst the elect of us Israelites all around the world, preaching this gospel. Okay. Prophesying. All right, until the Lord comes. Okay, we see these things and we know that the Lord Yahweh Bashan Washai, all right, is getting ready to do something in the earth, man. Okay, so it says there are 2 astrological reasons for a black moon. The first is when there are 2 new moons within the same month, which occurs approximately once every 32 months. And the second, which happens this February, is when there is no full moon in the calendar month. So this basically goes into Esau confusing the times, and I'm gonna get that scripture as well. Let's go to the book of Daniel. I believe it's 10:20. Matter of fact, let me go back. Daniel 7:25, is it? Right, yeah. Daniel 7:25. It says, and he, which is speaking about Esau, the wicked, which is the so-called white man today, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. Right, and Esau does not follow the ways of the Lord in the Bible. Okay, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Right, because he put the saints of the Lord, the Israelites, which are us so-called blasphemers and Native Americans, he put us in slavery. Okay, and it says this. It says, and think to change times and laws. And this is what happened. Esau has changed times and laws and the way that the Lord created things. So that's him being against the Lord. There should be no such thing as a leap year. Okay, a month shouldn't have 28 days or 31 days or even 30 days. Okay, the moon is a set instrument of the armies of heaven, the angels in the sky, and that's how the Lord ordained it. But Esau, in his pride, thought himself that he could change times and laws, as the prophecy in the scripture says. It says, and they, which are the Israelites, us, okay, shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. All right, which is mean only for a certain time, where was Esau, the so-called white man, allowed to keep us in darkness, keep us in bondage, keep us asleep from knowing the truth. But the Lord has poured his spirit upon us in these last days, mainly upon his prophets, to prophesy and teach and break down the scriptures the right way, which the Spirit has me doing right now. All right. And verse 26 says, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it until the end. But the ultimate judgment is that Esau's kingdom will be destroyed. All right. America is going to be destroyed via thermonuclear missiles, and the Israelites are going to come back in power, be delivered from the destruction, and then come back in power on the earth. And that's what we're waiting for. All right, for Yahweh Shai himself to come and save us and put us back in power, because it's his government and it's his Father's kingdom given to his people, to his Son and his saints. All right. So this black moon, okay, is another symbol and sign that this is getting ready to happen. Okay. So I'm going to read a little bit more of this, and then I'm going to end it. It says, there are two astrological reasons for a black moon. The first is when there are two new moons within the same month, which occurs approximately once every 32 months. And the second, which happens this February, is when there is no full moon in a calendar month. The latter phenomenon is really rare and happens approximately once every 19 years, with the last one occurring in February 1999. All right. It says the black moon follows 3 full moon eclipses. All right. Now these are the signs in the heavens, brothers. All right, and sisters. All right, the elect. It says which have brought intense and supercharged energy our way. That's why you see brothers hype in the spirit, man. The apostles are hyped. Things are shifting in the spirit, changing. And we're really now in the first month of the year, so more of the Yahweh Shai's spirit is going to be poured out upon us, and we're going to be doing these videos. It says there is no denying that life has been a roller coaster of ups and downs these past few months. And with 2 full moons in March, we are in for more chaotic times. Right. And what's the chaotic times to come? The martial law, the famine, all right, the famine of hearing the word, all right, and the famine of food is going to come, along with more natural disasters, all right, along with more death in the streets, okay. And, along with more prophecies to come. All right. Because the Lord is coming back to judge this world. He's coming back to judge the society. Okay. So it says, however, for now, we can enjoy a few weeks of reprieve as February sits us at the eye of the storm where all is calm and serene. And that's where we're at right now. That's why it's imperative that the elect out there, you brothers out there, you do yourself to purge out physically, mentally, spiritually, purge out demons, get yourself correct, because Yahweh Shai is going to do something in the earth, and these other, even the heathen see it, okay? The Spirit is dealing with them to a certain extent, in a certain manner, to where they understand certain things, because there is a storm coming, okay? It says, at least in comparison to past and future weeks. Now it goes into a little bit, of, spirituality beyond my comprehension. All right. But as we can see, there's definitely, certain things that come in the spirit. All right. So I'll leave a link as usual. There's definitely going to be a shift in the spirit soon. All right. Things are going to change. All right. For better and for worse. But of course, understand that the worst has to come. All right. Before the good could come. I was thinking of a scripture. It came to mind. It kind of came from me, but let's see. Matter of fact, let's get this scripture here. Since I mentioned it, Joel the 2nd chapter. All right. Here we go. Joel chapter 20 and 28. It says, "And it shall come to pass afterward." All right, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. And these are dreams and visions according to the scriptures. Okay. You always got to vet your dreams and certain visions that you believe you're getting from Yahweh Shai. You got to vet them through the scriptures and the prophecies and see if they line up. Okay. It says, "And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come." Right? And the moon just turned to blood in January. We had that super blue blood moon that happened in January. That was a sign to come. Okay? A sign to come for what? A sign to come of more prophecies and more things that happen in the earth. All right? Verse 32. "And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered." Right? Which, a lot of people, a lot of these Christians may think of John 3:16, but this is the precept for that. All right? So it says, "For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem," which is representative of the Israelites, so-called Black Hispanics, Native American Indians. You are Mount Zion. You are Jerusalem. And you are the ones that's going to be delivered. No other people. All right. It says, "As the Lord hath said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call," which the Lord is going to deliver the remnant of Israel, which is known as the elect, the chosen, via Yahweh Shai. Okay. So these are exciting times we're living in, brothers. All right. All right, sisters, pay attention. If you have an Israelite man, listen to him, watch as well as pray. Pray the Lord send you a man of the Lord. But most importantly, keep the faith. Because Yahweh Shai is bringing things heavy in the spirit, man. And we have to watch. We have to make sure that we're on point. Like I said, purge out spirits. Follow the apostles. Listen to what they say. Listen to these different camps out here. Follow order. Okay. And just flow in the spirit, and do your best to stay faithful and righteous, keep the commandments. Do what you got to do. All right. But with that, I'm gonna end it there. This has been GMS News and Prophecy once again. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bashan Washai, Wahara Kwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.